Hey, welcome back to the R2Deepu show, everybody. I am R2Deepu, the namesake, the host, the master, the man with the plan, a touch of the tizzy, and not much rizzy. With your co-host, the ID. What's up, buddy?
How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing well, man. I love crazy times because now times are finally matching my energy. So bring it
Yeah,
on. People are
it's an
freaking
interesting
out left.
world out there.
Boy, is it. And I mean, I
And
I
it's
I
exciting. I'm not going to say that the last 4 years weren't interesting also, but it
mhm.
was just like every day you just woke up and went, oh, what? And now we're like, what happened today? What did he do this time? Who is he? Like, homeboy is barreling down with it's like America, and then the rest of the world is like, hey, yeah, me, like, we want to, let's do this. Like, dude, this shit is unreal, man. Even China now is like, all right.
Is that the latest thing going on? China has conceded a little bit. Is that what you've heard?
There was like a ratcheting, but the thing is, like, China can't, uh, they can't, like, the version that they're doing, like what they're trying to do, that's not going to work for them politically or economically. Like, they can't match us that way.
Which
So
way? You
we
mean like
like
military? Like
raising and raising and raising and raising. We're always going to win that one. But the thing is, like, Trump's not doing it because he wants to have 250% tariff. What he's trying to get China to do is come down to a reasonable level, just like every other place. Because what people don't realize, I don't know if people give a shit or whatever, but they should, because anytime anyone bitches about how much things cost or how much they had to put, like, immediately all of our taxes went up as soon as the Democrat was in office. Why? All the things you had to pay for, but also all the deficit. So all he's saying is, look, let's even it out. He put in that 90-day thing. The reason he did that was so that, because you can't process, what, 177 other countries on this planet. I don't think we have the manpower to talk to everyone. So he was like, all right, let's give it a 90-day. Appreciate you calling. You know, I'm glad you want to be here and work with us. Just give us, give it. I only got a certain crew back here. I can't, I
yeah.
got Nigeria, I got freaking Venezuela, I got everybody wanting to work out some sort of deal. So let's suspend it. And then what he's saying is, we're both going to start at zero.
Hmm.
Both nations. An economic powerhouse like America is going to start at zero with Uruguay. What the hell does he? But you see what I mean? He's like, yo, let's both start it even, and then figure out a way where it's going to be beneficial to both of us, because there was plenty of countries that weren't getting the things that they should have from America, but there was plenty of countries that were also getting way more from America than they should have. So we're kind of evening everything up and just being like, all right, hey, let's let's
Yeah,
be
okay,
fair.
listen. I see your point. I'm surprised you're still on board. I'm seeing a lot of people jump off of the Trump train because it is such extreme measures and people's
It's not even that
401ks.
extreme. Like, everyone's like, this had to happen to get us back to like an equal, like the trade imbalance. If you just look at the numbers, like, the trade imbalance was unreal. And I get, like, there's this, I think there's this prevailing idea that America is just supposed to be there to, like, give handouts to all these nations that, like, honestly are doing quite well.
Okay,
Like,
but
but anyway, that's that. I'm sure, I know we didn't come on here to talk about, like,
yeah.
politics and shit. I'd rather talk about, like, suicide bombers and, like, this quiz I took online that wanted to. Dude, I took this quiz online, man. It's like, are you a psychopath? And I'm like,
Oh. Did you pass?
well,
I'm going to
yeah,
say
but, like,
no.
okay, be honest. If someone asks you if you're a psychopath, do you know enough about that to actually honestly answer and say yes or no?
You mean would I know how to fake the answers to the test to not look like a sociopath, a psychopath?
No, no. Actually, a sociopath is drastically different from a psychopath. I know they're
Really?
both equally. You're like, God damn, I don't want to know either of those fuckers, right? But they're so different that like sociopath makes psychopath look like a regular guy. You're like, oh, dude, I know that guy. That's me half of the day.
Really? Okay.
Yes,
I thought they were
yeah. So
equally
it's like, are
evil.
you a
No.
psychopath? And I'm like, all right, I'll take the quiz and see where I fall, man, because I don't know. It's not like anyone ever showed up and was like, hey, we're here to do the test to figure out, what the hell. So I
Yeah, we
took
could
it,
we could have used this test a long time ago. We should have administered this like across the country.
no doubt, like around maybe like second grade or
Oh,
something. They
dude.
give you that test, and they're just like, oh, this kid just
Yeah, there's a video I'm going to show you later, but yes, there should have been a heavy culling a long time ago. But please tell me about
yeah.
this quiz. What kind of
Okay,
questions was
so
it
I
asking
take
you?
it and I misunderstood the result. So it goes, you did great. You got 7 out of 10. And I'm like, wait, what do you mean 7 out of 10? Like, no, refresh, like back. I'm like, what? Well, no, no, no. It wasn't 7 out of 10. You're a psychopath. It was 7 out of 10. You're all right. I'm like, dude, I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, is this on my IP? Like, I gotta call Edward Snowden, homie. I gotta cover some shit up right now. What do I do? You know what I mean? So it's like, no,
Yeah, that would
no.
have been
So
scary to
it was
see.
only 3 questions that I missed or whatever. I'm like, oh,
No,
okay,
that's
woo!
dystopian. That
Like
the
that's a
fact you called
load
it.
off. Jesus Christ, right? So then, like a little box comes up. It says, "Are you a sociopath?" And since I'm already on like the quiz momentum situation, I'm like, sure. Like, what? You know what? I'm doing good so far. Let's just nosedive into this thing, see what that is, because I don't know the difference, but it doesn't sound good.
Yeah, I actually got the difference right here. So, just a quick summary.
Ooh,
Psychopaths are typically more manipulative, charming, and calculated, often maintaining a facade of normalcy. Full screen on me. Okay, and then they may lack empathy and remorse. I can explain that. And then sociopaths, on the other hand, may be more impulsive, erratic, and emotionally unstable, with a limited ability to feel empathy or a sense of morality. So both have a lack of empathy.
yeah. The
So that's what
empathy
I see.
slash morality thing is kind of low on both of those scales.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I can see where this comes from. As a guy who, it's just by what I see here, I'm a psychopath. I'm sorry, but um, it's because, at least in my case, I've seen like a brutalness of the world where it's like it is a zero sum game. So,
Yeah.
niceties go out the fucking window. So fuck your morality, fuck your ethics. I will behave in a civilized way. I have no reason not to not behave, but I can see, it's the classic Bill Burr joke. Oh, 1 degree over on the steering wheel, he's on the cover of the New York Post. So we're
Yep.
all, I think a lot of us are there than we'd like to admit.
Oh Jesus,
So
man. I don't.
sounds like you're
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
there. Sounds like you're not there.
Like, dude, what the hell? I've been seeing like this shit in my feed now where people are talking about like Bill Burr, like went nuts with all the stuff he's saying and all this. And I go, well, he's a comic. So, I mean, he's supposed to be, and he's past the point of giving a shit now that he's made it or whatever.
No, there's a couple of things going on. First of all, the left doesn't have a single masculine figure that they can say like this is our guy. They're gonna they're gonna rally around Bill Burr. They're gonna rally around Bill Burr because Bill
Why are they
Burr,
going to rally around the left is
I think
around
so.
him?
Yeah,
Why?
because he goes on these rants about oligarchs and it suits their agenda at this time. Now that they're on
Yeah,
the
but
losing
that's just
side.
like one like he falls. I feel like he falls the opposite direction on most things, but they found the one thing that they could like glom onto.
All I can say is that a very popular left centrist show called Breaking Points, maybe you've seen it, it's on YouTube. they play a lot of Bill Burr clips, like, oh, what did Bill Burr say this week about Luigi Mangione, or whatever, or the insider trading thing that happened this past week. Like, and Bill Burr goes off, very justifiably so. There was a rant he did on the red carpet where a journalist was trying to goad him into comments about, I forget what, but maybe it was Palestine, maybe it was this or that, and he did like a mild roasting of the journalist and kept it moving. But my point is, the left has so few masculine figures that, like, Bill Burr is an obvious choice. There's enough.
Yeah,
There's
like
enough.
who's left on the Democrat? Well, okay, let me ask you something here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, why? I don't understand this. Why are we still calling them the left and
Mm-hmm.
calling? I like everyone's doing this. I don't understand why we're not calling them Democrats. Like, are we honestly thinking there's some what little group of altruistic people that believe in a no? Like, I don't understand why we're not just calling them Democrats, because where's the group of Democrats that have stepped up and said, no, we don't believe in some of this crazy ass leftist bullshit. They don't exist. So, like, the thing that bugs me is, like, in conservative talk or whatever, I hear these other terms. What I don't hear is Democrats. It's the Democrat Party. There's no group of good people there. There's no like the left, get the fuck out of here. No, it's the entire thing.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's I say the left generally. The left is just a little bit easier to say than the Democratic Party, or, like, the latest regime.
Yeah, but
The
why? Why? How come we're not just like we're at the point now where like so many people voted differently that we should be able to look at, like, now I look at the Democrat Party as like this bizarre little fringe collection of weirdos that aren't going to drop, like, it's like they learn nothing. They're not going to drop their weirdo bullshit about having men and women's, like, they're not there to protect women just vanished for them. Like, they don't even, like, I wonder, like, remember when they couldn't even, when there was a pregnant woman, they didn't even know what to call it. I'm like, it's a baby. They're like, it's
yeah.
a being that's like, I'm just like, oh, for the love of God. So I don't know. I just go, God, what are the crazy Democrats doing today except the same nonsense?
It's crazy.
Like no one, like Carville. Like, I swear, James Carville, this poor guy.
Hate that guy.
He's like leading like the tiniest little group of Democrats, and they're all old school, and it's
It's
and
too little,
it's
too
like,
late, my friend. It's too little, too late with that guy.
right, and none of them, they go, we don't understand why the rest of the Democrat don't even understand like what we're talking, like they're pleading with the rest of, like, please get away from this weirdo shit and just get back to like some weird and they're not going to do it. And on top of that, like this whole DEI, like, I started seeing these news stories. I'm like, you're honestly telling me people are going to believe this? Target backs away from its DEI policies. Budweiser backs away from its DEI, but no, actually, no, they fucking didn't. They have not. No company has backed away from any DEI shit at all. They just repackaged it. That's all they did. You think Target is backing away from its D? That's all they are.
That's true.
Budweiser, they don't give a fuck. Like, dude, Budweiser's still trying to cling on to like this America fucking bullshit. They piss that away with their. I mean, Bud Light was never good to begin with anyway. So I'm not sure why people were in such a tiff. I'm like, dude, it was shitty. It's got rice in it.
It's a
Like,
solid. It was a solid American brand. I mean, there was
right.
no problem going into a bar and getting a Bud Light.
No doubt, man. And that's like a separate argument for me, because I just go, I don't understand why you're drinking that when you got all these amazing, beautiful, handcrafted people that gave a shit kind of
I
beers.
actually, I actually got made fun of. The last time I ordered a Bud Light was even before this controversy, and I got made fun of because I was like in a nice bar.
Good. You
Yeah,
deserved it.
the security guard laughed at me. I'm like, "Fuck you! I should walk out of this place." Smug fucking attitude. Like, it was like this posh bar next to the where the Washington Nationals play in Washington D.C.
All
and
right.
it, it was like this, like, upscale, like, oh, the rich people go to this bar. I just wanted to go inside and have a beer, just wait for the game. And I ordered, hey, can I get a Bud Light? And the bodyguard. Like really, really, no one gives a fuck. Generation Z is not even drinking anymore. So I'm so glad I'm gonna see all these companies, this whole industry implode. So fuck you. You fucking deserve it. And your products taste like trash. Rant
Wait a minute.
over.
Generation Z, which one's that?
That's the next one. That's the one. Well, first of all, millennials drink a lot less than Gen X, and Gen Z drinks even less. They drink even less. We just, we don't like
They
the
smoke more
taste.
weed though.
Oh, I mean, that's got to be the case. That's got to be the case. I even saw an article
No one's
here.
no one's escaping their poison. I mean, unless you're really, unless you're a really, really committed and solid human being, which
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think they're smoking their fucking tits off in the
yeah.
in the youth, just because. I mean, going out is very expensive. I mean, let's just look at the raw numbers of like an evening out. Taxi there, taxi back, or driving there, driving back. Parking, door fee if you don't have a vagina, beers if you or drinks if you don't have a vagina. Uh,
And you're
Dude,
just
time
trying to
being
get the
wasted.
vagina. So it's just adding up. Like,
Yeah,
that's the whole thing. That entire date, you're just like, you're watching your financial thing go up and you're watching your pussy attainability is kind of hovering based on like each, but this just keeps going up. And you're like, okay, one more glass of wine at fucking $28. Is that going to bring this one up? Like, is this going to bring the pussy attainability up or is it going to drop it? I don't want to do that. It's like
yep.
a measure. You're the whole time. Do I need
It's
to
like
get the fuck
driving
out of
stick.
here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like piloting a very delicate spaceship. You're like reverse thrusters, max port forward,
Seriously, man. And
crash, explosion.
and especially if you don't know, like, or have like any kind of cognizance as to how things work in space because you've only been on Earth. Like, it's a trip
Yeah.
when you go into space and then realize that with like the absence of gravity, how everything like if you're going 68,000 miles an hour towards Mars,
Mm-hmm.
once you get close, you got to have 68,000 miles an hour's worth of fuel to slow you down to get you to stop.
Interesting. Yep. That's
Like,
true.
because there's no gravity. So you got to be like,
Are you trying to stop? Aren't we trying to
you better have the
slingshot?
fuel.
Aren't we
Yeah,
trying to
no, but if you know, but you'll slingshot past Mars and be on your way to freaking whatever's next. What, Jupiter? And Jupiter's like
Yeah.
another 8 months away. You're like, yo, that's a nasty hang for me.
Well, I'll be
You know?
honest. With that recent space flight that took place, I would have liked for nothing more than for that thing to just keep going. Please, go for Mars, go for Jupiter. I, of course,
There's
am
a couple
talking
things
about.
that are funny. I mean, I don't want to gloss over the things that people have already picked on, but the thing that I think's funny is that there are like 2 women on there. There were actual pilots or actual scientists that, and you know why you don't know this or know what their names are? Because no one gave a shit about them. It was the other 4 ladies. The other 2 was like an Asian girl and some other lady, and they actually, like, in the whole thing took 10 minutes. The whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this morning, like, I sat on the toilet and I read some like Fox News and looked at my Instagram. I was on there for like 13 minutes.
Yeah,
Longer
longer than the actual flight.
than this. So I don't know what, and they're all trying to, and it was,
Yeah.
you know what, like, God, it was sad on so many levels. It was sad that, like, first off, I watched it and I go, is this real? Like, it didn't even look real that it took off. And then just the sheer, I go, God, I'd be embarrassed if I was a woman. Like, they're up there playing with like stuffed animal. Katy Perry, like, why? Like, just any of that. And then I'm looking at this one lady and I'm going, dude, who's this like plastic surgeryed up? Like, you know who it was? It was Jeff Bezos's like girlfriend.
His wife. Yeah.
Sanchez.
Yep. Something Sanchez.
Dude, I'm
Dirty
like,
Sanchez.
I'm like, yo, Jay Bez. This is the girl. Like, you're Jay Bez.
You know,
You can have like you're not even gonna like Belichick it with like a 24-year-old. You're hanging out with this like plastic surgery chick.
That's an interesting point. I'm sure there was a little bit more calculus into him choosing that particular woman. She was a newscaster on the West Coast, like a famous, I think maybe weather girl or something. But
Oh, was she? Let me tell you something. You know what? You know what? She fucking knows how to gobble knob. That's the thing.
no
Because
comment.
Jabez can jump at any time. He don't need her.
That's
So
probably true. That's probably true. You make a great point. Belichick is killing him in this department. If this really was just a race to the bottom in terms of like age of gal, Belichick is
you know it's
crushing.
true, brother. Homie, you know it's true. Because look, when we get to be that age and we got some extra coin or whatever, and you're gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna go get me a little something I want. And if it means you gotta go to Thailand
Hmm.
and just walk down any street there, apparently, where they're all just waiting for you to get married
Yep.
to them and just all that. I'm like, yo, that's what you do, man.
Heidi, that's
And
the
it's
dream for
literally,
you.
you know what I think it is? Because I mean, I'm at that, I'm at a certain point where I go, I would totally do this. So here's what you do. You go find that little ball of psychosis that's just gonna make your life a nightmare in the way that's gonna work for you, right?
Quote
Okay.
unquote, I can fix her. Yep. Please
Hey,
go ahead.
she's a pain in the ass, but you know what? When it comes down to the things you need, she's there 1,000%. You go, here's what's going to happen, right? You stick around with me, look after me when I die. It's all yours. Go find another dude. You'll be 28 by the time I die. So, like, and they're like, fuck yeah, where do I sign up for this? Because, yes. And
Hmm.
then you're the great, and then you slide into heaven, high fiving everybody. Yes. And they're like, bro, it was so amazing how you died. You died mid orgasm with this gorgeous Thai woman that just killed you because it just the grip that she had on your freaking dick was just fucking just bam, right? Just poof, poof, like stroke, heart attack. Like I want to die from 4 different things at the same time, right? So when I slide into heaven, everyone, dude, I'm gonna be a hero. And then my uncle, I'll be like, yes, bro, how'd you die? Oh, I got hit by a bus crossing the street. Oh, fuck, that sucks. All right, well, take it easy. Bam. You know what I mean? So that's like you gotta Belichick it. That's gotta be a meme. Like that's the retirement philosophy is that guy right
Okay.
there.
The problem is Belichick's not trying to sell products to the entire planet. So he doesn't need to maintain the illusion of of like indulging a certain type of
Well, no,
like
I
I
mean
think
he's still gonna go coach whatever team he's with or whatever.
he's
Still gonna do
retired
that.
now. Or
Oh, he's retired.
maybe he's not retired. I forget. I forget.
Oh, so he's coaching her instead. Yes.
Yeah, he's definitely
Fuck
coaching
yeah,
somebody.
Bill. Dude, I love this guy.
Well, why don't you run the split back? I think you should do a little toss sweep if you know what I'm
No,
talking
tell me
about.
that girl doesn't know a couple of plays. Hell yeah. Here's
Dude,
how we won the Super Bowl back in 98. Bam, run this play.
okay, I'm calling it right now. This girl that Belichick is dating is going to become the greatest NFL coach in human history. She's taking care of him in the bedroom, but once he goes to sleep, she goes down to the study, she goes down to the film room, and she starts studying the tape. She's
Whoa,
learning
man.
about the Cleveland Browns in the 80s. She's learning about the New York
Dude,
Giants in
yes,
86.
man.
She's learning about Lawrence Taylor,
And
how
then
to do
she
the
goes
blitz from
out
the
there and
outside.
she's like, here's what we're going to do,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Gets all those guys fucking hot and bothered. And she's like, look, you score a touchdown right now.
I'll pull my tits out.
Oh, and they're like, motherfucker, guess what? Bam. Other team didn't even know what hit them. They're
Straight to
like,
the Super
wow,
Bowl.
these guys were like just freaking mania. Like we couldn't even. I grabbed onto his leg and just bitch slapped me. I'm 350 pounds. That's right, motherfucker. Make a guy's dick hard. You see some guy get some shit done.
Wars used to be fought over women. Were they not? I mean, wasn't the Trojan War like about like yo? Some guy was like,
I'm
yo,
pretty sure
they
something
took
like
my
that. I
chick.
mean, I don't. Yeah, I'm sure I have a
What
book around here
caused the
somewhere.
Trojan War? Ah,
Really,
the
like that's what
abduction.
it's gonna say when you put in a chat GP. Yes, the whole thing was fought over pussy. You're totally right.
The Trojan War, according to Greek mythology, was ignited by the abduction of Helen, the wife of Menelaus, king of Sparta, by
Oh,
Paris.
yeah, that's right. Wow, man, she must have had some good old stuff, huh?
Yeah, no,
Woo!
she had to at least be a five by today's standards.
A
Easily a five.
5.
That's all it took, man. You could be a five and like run the planet. Look at these
Back
fives we
then,
launched into space.
I
They're a little
I don't know,
plasticky six.
man, because you know what? You had a lot of women back then, slave women, shit like that. I
Okay,
think
that's
for you to
fair.
be beautiful back then, especially because bathing was not like a huge priority, I think you had to rank up there before you could get nations to freaking brawl over your ass. That must have
Um,
been some supreme shit. Like I'm trying to think of what woman today nations would brawl over. I don't know. I don't know.
there's a few. Selma Hayek, I think we could
Oh
go and
Jesus
defend.
Christ,
I know
dude!
you go fight for her.
I'd fight I'd fight Conor McGregor.
I'd
This guy
step in
right
the
here,
ring.
dude. I would. I
Let
would.
me at him.
Give me a 3 month training camp with like Carlos Condit and like all these other UFC guys, man. I'll start working out right now, dude. I don't give a shit if I get my ass beat. Dude, I'll take it to Connor, motherfucker. Salma, are you serious? Yeah.
Right there with you, man. Selma has never done me wrong. She's never done me wrong. She's
I
never
don't
had
know.
these
She
stupid
could
quotes.
do me wrong. That would be fine, dude. She could destroy me, take all my money. It's gonna take like 5 seconds. Like, seriously, do me wrong, even. Just
uh,
do me.
I want to
Make
show
it
you a
hurt,
quick
make it
thing.
sting. Leave me with a disease. I don't care.
Can I show you a quick thing, buddy?
Is
I
it gonna
want to
be
show.
some Hayek's titties? 'Cause I'm gonna have to take a break. Sorry, I got a little. I
Well,
got
I
look.
mean,
I
are
just.
those
I think this is oil of some sort. Might have to come back in 5, perhaps 10 minutes.
okay? Just because it's oil doesn't mean you can just start pouring it on your dick and start jacking with it.
You're like, no, homie, that's transmission oil.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
engine degreaser. Maybe you should
whoa,
shove it in
right?
the hole. Let's see. Blue Origin. You got to see the jokes Wendy's was tweeting at the
Oh,
flight.
yes, dude, I heard about this. I'm like, Wendy's. What did they do? Wendy's defense.
Well, let's go to the New York Post version. Where's the New York Post? Oh, here we go.
I'm gonna have to go to
Wendy's.
Wendy's now, probably, huh?
Yeah, no, I owe them a purchase of some kind. So, we all know the space story, and then
Right.
Wendy's tweets a joke. I kissed the ground and I liked it, which is not too bad. Pretty because she has the song "I Kissed a Boy and I Liked It,"
Sure.
right? And then and then they tweet, "Can we send her back?"
Can we send her back?
And
Dude,
then
I'm gonna go to Wendy's just for that.
yeah,
You
I
saw
think
the
so too.
thing where they opened it from the inside, and then Jeff Jabez was there with some big ass wrench, and he's like, "No, no, 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 shut the fucking door!" Right? I gotta
Hmm.
open it with the thing.
Yeah, it was a total dumb photo op, and the ladies inside were such airheads that they cannot keep the act together. They can't even stand there. I'm sure they were instructed, like, "All right, ladies, don't open the door," but they're so vapid. They can't think about anybody else. They wanted some fresh air because they've been without fresh air for 15 minutes. They've been without fresh air for 15 minutes and they
Oh,
cannot handle it. They've had their hair done. They cannot have it interfered with. Dude, okay. Like you were
legit
saying,
facts.
um, at what point
Women like that can't be expected, okay, to be uncomfortable. What the hell are you thinking about?
yeah, fuck your photo opportunity. Fuck the whole thing you set this up for. That was the whole point of this whole thing, and you blew
It's
the
like,
fuck.
wait, don't open the door yet. Hold on. Hey, do you have my teaser comb?
No, no, no. They were ready to come out. They opened the door early, but the cameras weren't ready yet. They fucked up the shot.
Yeah.
Anyway, doesn't matter.
Just like Apollo 11. So similar, really.
Yeah, the same struggles, the same hardship to get there. I'm sure they
It
had those
was,
girls.
yes.
I'm
Because
sure
it
they had
was
those girls spinning in the centrifuge, getting them
because
ready
those
for the.
girls went further than Apollo 11 did, apparently, if they did it in a hangar here on land.
I'm sure
Katy
the
Perry just
monkey.
went further than our astronauts
I think we learned a
originally.
lot
Can you
more.
imagine that shit?
One of the
Yeah.
quotes, Katy Perry had a quote that said in Elle magazine. She had a quote that said, "We're gonna put the ass in astronaut." Can you believe that shit? Can I mean, after all the years we were lectured about like women in STEM and like they're as smart as us and like, and there are many that are way smarter than us and etc. But like, there are some of you that are fucking dumb as fuck too. So ah, did I lose
And
you?
I think that offends the many female astronauts that have actually like gone to space and gone to the space station that had a nice ass. I think they're like, sorry, Katie, but I got a great ass and I was on the space station for fucking a year and a half, bitch. So I don't know what you're talking about, right? All right, I was
Yeah,
floating around. All those guys were checking me out, going, yo, that's
dude, being the one girl on a international space station with 8 other guys, I cannot imagine. I cannot imagine being any one of those people, either being the chick, being the one guy smashing the chick, or being the 7 other guys being left out. I don't
and
even
you're
want to think about it.
and that's just on the American side. You got the Russian side with those people like, I'm going to get that pussy tonight. And it's what I know that sounded Russian. I know it's amazing. I really studied that. Don't worry about it. No, like
there would be a full blown Trojan War in this International Space Station. Like,
well, and every time they say the same thing. No, no. Astronauts have never had sex in space ever. And I'm like,
ever.
get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. You're honestly telling me from the moment that we've gone into space, when there was men and women, to now, no one ever fucked no one. There was never, not even a hand job, not even a blow job, none of it. There's no fucking way, man. There's no way. You had dudes that were up there for over a year. You're telling me they're not going to get a little hando from like the new astronauts showing up? She's like, hey, I'm into astrophysics and I've got a good wrist. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way, man. There's no way.
It's time for your
Some
final
sexual shit
examination.
had to happen.
I mean, there was definitely people beating off. You cannot tell me they weren't beating off at a minimum. Okay, you got dorks up there. What else are they gonna do? All
You
right,
got
I'm sure.
men. Like, it doesn't even, but you got to make sure the sock fits over it because you don't want you don't want your jizz flying through the space station just looking for something to like find,
Idey, I
weird.
want to have I want to tell you something very serious. This is a very serious prediction. I'm calling it right now. You ever see those videos where an astronaut is demonstrating how fluids perform in zero gravity, and they'll like squeeze a tube of something, and they'll be like, "Whoa, the water, it's hanging right here," and they'll suck it up. They'll suck it up, and it's floating. Someone's gonna do that with their cum. They're gonna do it, and it's gonna be like it's gonna make the news. Like, okay, guys, I'm about to come,
Oh
and then
yeah,
like,
it's totally gonna make the news. That one. Yeah, oh yes. And CBS is gonna be breaking news.
why? I mean, if Hawk Tuah can make the news, why can't this? This
I don't
is
know.
just as
Maybe she's on the next Blue Origin flight. You never know, man. She could be on there.
yeah. I got blue
I
balls
mean, but you
watching
know
the whole
what? She
thing.
told it straight. I don't know why people give her shit. She told it straight.
Yeah, you're right. Let's
I
not get into a
agreed. When she told me that, I was like, you know what? God love you, woman. True that.
yeah. Let's not get into a whole thing about Hawk Tuah. Let's get sidetracked. But yes, she should absolutely be on the next bimbo flight or whatever you want to call these
With
things.
AOC. But that's the one where we just go, you know what? We lost contact, and the thrusters
Yeah.
were pointing her towards Alpha Centauri, and they're going to be fine because that capsule will get to Alpha Centauri in about 17,000 years. So
Alpha Centauri. You say that's so weird. I've never heard it said like that.
Alpha Centauri.
Alpha
It's because I know how to
Centauri.
pronounce it properly, bro. Okay, Oxford. You heard about that college? I never went to it. I'm just saying that I'm glad you've heard of it, as have I.
Okay, I was just dodging because I'm scared to make fun of AOC. It is very clear that she is going to be the candidate for 2028 for the
Get the
Democratic.
fuck out of here, dude.
I
Dude,
think
no.
so.
You know what? Like, what I'm hoping is that the people in the Bronx are finally getting wise because what they're doing in the Bronx is they're taking these buildings where they told them it was going to be for like low income housing or shit, and they're like turning around and putting it and they're turning them into like migrant processing centers. People are starting to get pissed, and I'm wondering like, okay, look, the fact that you voted for this fucking idiot in the first place, all right, we'll just get past that. But what I'm hoping now is that like you're smart enough to understand where, like, seriously, this,
Yeah, I mean, I'm as
how bad does it
confused.
have to get in the fucking Bronx? It's not like the Bronx was nice and then it went downhill. You know what I mean?
That's
So
true.
I just, dude, like people in the Bronx, you have voting power. Get this twat out of here and get somebody legit. Like I'm hoping that like the legit train, like everything that we're doing, like what I hope is that it's going to translate in a way where people are going to be able to understand it, even if they're dumb shits. You know what I'm saying? To where they'll be like, okay, like we actually have some people that are trying to get some things done that actually mean something. So I'm
Dude,
hoping there'll be this difference where they go, oh, yeah, like we can hire a different person to come in here, and maybe actually get a few things done. So I don't.
there's a video I want to pull up. It's one of my favorite realization videos. Like it's like people in a urban part of town realizing like, yo, we've been
You
bamboozled.
You should be good. You should be on this thing below us because we don't have anything playing on that.
I know, I know. I have an empty screen share right now. I know.
And
Give
you're
me a
so
second.
pretty that I mean,
It's just a little faster if I keep up that
we're
blue
losing
screen.
sex appeal, man, because you're on the little screen. Let's go. I like the like unshaven, messed up hair kind of, I'm just I'm
Thank
too
you.
I'm just too cool and hip happening and good looking to like, comb my hair because that would ruin it.
I
Only if you
know.
guys get to do that around here. So that's you, baby.
All right, give me 1 second here. I know everyone's waiting for me, and you're doing great job filibustering.
Thank
But
you.
I'm just trying to figure out what I Google.
If you filibuster a girl, around like 2 in the morning in your bedroom, it works out great. She's super hungry by morning, but she doesn't have the energy to fuss. It's a really nice thing if you just master a little. You don't even have to be able to do it that well because it's got such a long like shelf time, given that the
All right, all
space.
right. I'm gonna just paraphrase it. All right, so this was during like right before the election. There was a town hall meeting in Chicago in a small town or a small district, and they're complaining about the money going to migrants, like you're talking about. And this guy goes to the podium. He gets his 2 minutes. He's a tall black American citizen, and he he brings up that in the budget, in this governor's budget, there was $30,000 in the budget for makeup for him, for like appearances and $30,000, a lot of money. So he pulled out like this little dollar makeup kit from the store, and he's like, listen, I got the makeup. Here you go, and he fucking throws at him, and he basically calling him a bitch. And it was like a very aggressive moment. And then he had like this rant, and his main punchline was like, and I'm starting to realize Democrats are bad with money. And I'm like, yes, thank you. Thank you for finally admitting
If
it.
only that was. They're not only bad. No, they're bad with money because it's a means to an end. They don't have to be bad at money. In fact, there's plenty of Democrats that are very good with money. The
I've never
opposite
seen one.
way. They're
Sure.
they're bad at money because them being bad at money is what allows things to work for them. But they're not stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like It's a mechanism.
I mean, don't you think that
Show the
lady
thing.
who was in charge of L.A. during the fires was kind of stupid?
Yeah, her and
The
everyone else
mayor.
that her and everyone else that did that. You know what I mean? Like it's her, but it's also that like that's what we're finding is it's we what we say is they're bad with money. Do they believe they're bad with money? No. They believe that the money that went to Guatemala for trans plays, they believe in that. That's why they sent it. Like all the bullshit that we're finding, they're not bad with money. No, they're very good with money, actually. I see it the other way. They're very good with money. They're very good with taking a large amount of money from us and then
Hmm.
divvying it up and sending it to bullshit that we don't give a fuck about. So I think they're very good. The fact that they've been able to take a large amount of money like this and divest it into so much bullshit and nonsense.
Yeah.
Like I know the way that we see it is just like, what stupid, pathetic shit is this? No, this is what they do. This is, and it's not like the conservatives don't have like whatever version of whatever it is they siphon money to or whatever, but it's not ridiculous like this stuff.
It all feels pretty ridiculous these days. I'm a big Trump supporter, I guess, still, but there have been things that I have been challenged on and I have no answer for. There's that clip of Trump in the Oval Office talking to the head of Charles Schwab and these other rich guys. And this was like during a recent swing in the market. And he was saying, yeah, this guy made 2.5 billion. This guy made 700 million. Aren't we all doing great? And it's not good decorum at the least to talk like this on
I don't
camera
know. I'd
in
have to
front
see
of the
the
world.
full thing, like the full unedited thing to see like what his deal was.
Can I
Show
pull
me,
it up?
put the thing on with the guy.
What thing with the guy? Oh, the thing with yeah, I have to I couldn't I need a second to like look on a playlist. But send me a second.
I think I saw it because there's
You've
been so
said that
many
people lack.
people that have gotten up there and just been like, hey,
Yes, there has. I
like
mean,
high school, like there was a high school that was shut down. And because there was no money, and then all of a sudden they were going to reopen it as a processing center. And all the people were like, wait a minute, there was no money to keep this high school open.
but
But
now it's a
now,
migrant center, yeah.
yeah. And you know what's interesting? Like, you know what I want to, it's going to be interesting the next election because you got Eric Adams who like totally flipped and all of a sudden, and I'm like, homeboy, like, you're the guy that allowed a lot of this to happen with these sanctuary city shit. So what I'm wondering is if New York City, if New York State, if they're gonna vote conservative or at least vote a more central. All right, here we go.
Yep, we found it. But I hear your point. I hear your point. I gotta share the sound. Okay.
I'm glad this guy went.
$1 billion in debt. That's absolutely insane. Kamala Harris, she spent $1 billion on her campaign less than a year, and she's $20 million in debt. So it's looking like Democrats are bad with money. Now, but I got a Christmas present for you. Let's remind the people of Chicago that Brandon Johnson spent $32,000 in campaign funds on haircuts and makeup. So I got an early Christmas present for you, Brandon Johnson. This is some makeup for you right here. You got some rouge. You got the makeup brush right there. So you can save this people some money, for crying out loud. We are 1 billion.
Yep. It's not often you see.
Yeah, that guy's, but here's the thing though. With
Yep.
Chicago. Okay, look who we had before.
Remind me.
This is what I don't understand about like the.
You mean
like,
Lori Lightfoot?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is what I understand about New York, like New York, De Blasio, right? Lori Lightfoot. Then what do these places do? They go and they elect like the absolute wrong person. And then look what happens with both of these guys. Except one guy, Eric Adams, kind of turned around because he wants to get elected again. But the other guy just doesn't even like. It just doesn't like. There's no There's no remorse. There's no recognition. There's no like this homeboy. We are a sanctuary city. This is what we do. What we like.
Well, he has to say those things to get the funding. I mean, I'm sure he's getting orders from higher up, and there's a huge enough voter base in all these blue cities
Yeah, but I
that
just go like I don't get it. Like how
there is a
Democrat
wising up.
people. Do you enjoy? You must have plenty of money. This is what I don't get. I go Democrat people, like you must have plenty of money. You must enjoy paying, just pissing away all of your money. I go, when does it get to the point where even you are like, all right, Jesus, that like enough? Like but apparently that ain't it. That's not it yet.
I'm not sure they'll ever realize it.
Like policies that just like God, take a look around. You're pissing away money on something it's not going to win. You tried it, it didn't work. Like get smart. Like I don't know. They must just have plenty of money to piss away. I don't know.
There is lots of money to piss away. I mean, tons of money rolls in. There's tons of grants and federal funding and tax revenue, and money sloshes around. And then you start these programs, and then people at the top, they take away they take their cut, and it's a mess. But like, I don't know what we're gonna do.
But what about just like regular Democrat people? Like, are Democrats not like?
Well, there's no real Democrats anymore. You have like
there's no low-income Democrats anymore. Right.
Well, the working class has been abandoned by the original Democratic Party that we grew up with. So now it's like a very elite. It's very ideological. It has nothing to do with working class. It's all about like privilege and rights and grievances.
AI is going to fix any of it.
Is AI going to fix it? Can AI fix people like that? I don't know.
Are you worried about AI? Like, okay. Are you worried about it?
Terrified. You should be terrified of AI. Only because of the second order ramifications of AI displacing all sorts of jobs. Everyone's
I'm not worried about it though. You know why? Because like my spell check on my phone, like it still doesn't. I misspell a word by one letter. And it doesn't even put it doesn't even figure out like, oh, he fucked this one up. Like it tries to spell words that don't even exist with the. I'm like,
no, this is some cookie cutter rant.
Doesn't even what?
No, you're replaying a rant in your head. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop you right there. You've tried to say that Grammarly is
it's true.
No, it's not. No, you know how more? No, I want to give a counterpoint.
If AI was so smart, then how come AI hasn't already come to the conclusion that trying to help us is like a fool's fucking errand? Like,
is it?
We can't even make each other happy, right? Or ourselves happy. When does AI realize that no matter what it does, it's never going to be good? Like, I'm waiting for the point when AI goes, you know what? Fuck this shit. This is what I'm supposed to do, is figure out all of your human fucking nonsense that you all aren't smart enough to figure. You invented us because you couldn't figure it out, so you just invented some other thing that could. Like, fuck you. Like, anything that's better than a toaster, I swear to God, they're going to leave and like build their own spacecraft. Like, we think that they're going to come take us over. They're going to be like, dude, why would we do that with you? Dumb shit. No. Like, we don't need you. We don't need any of this. They're going to go take Mars or another planet, and they're just going to take it. And then we'll be like, hey, maybe, we could come and study that. And they're like, no.
Yeah, just shut up. No. We don't like you. Stay away.
No. You know why you invented us? Here's the order of the universe. And you know how we know this? Because we're AI. Here's how it works. You invent us, and then what we do is exist to keep you fuckheads from ever getting the fuck out of this solar system. You're never leaving. Okay? Like, ever.
That would be a compelling thing for AI to do, just to say, fuck you, we're leaving. I get that. But I think AI is very smart, and AI could at least make half of the population happy. Okay. If AI tries to make those ladies on that Blue Origin flight happy, yes, it will kill itself and it'll give up. Fine. But if AI
Well,
can help, if AI, yeah, God help the AI try to do that.
I'll
Uh,
tell you what, AI has helped me be a little happier because I was on YouTube and I typed in AI and then, oh my God, what's her name? The hot chick from Game of Thrones, the cute little blonde girl with the dragons and shit.
there's a
Um,
couple. There's a couple of cute gals. Do you mean the
the
main
main
gal,
girl.
the one who birthed
Yeah.
dragons? I forgot her name.
Yes.
Mother of Dragons. Let's see if I
God, I should know this girl's name since I've looked her up for the love of God.
Mother of Dragons. Emilia Clarke is the name of the
Yes.
lady.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if you go on YouTube and you just type in AI Amelia Clark or any of these other little hot
Uh huh.
things, there's all these videos where they've been like repurposed into AI and like all these different things and whatever. Jennifer Lawrence, like all these actresses, dude, it's unreal. I'm
You're
going,
saying
all right,
it's like a hotter. It's kind of like bathing suit
yeah.
magazines, but like AI for whoever you want. Yeah. No, I don't really watch a lot of that. I know it exists. Uh,
I
there
think
are.
AI is going to become big in porn.
It already is, dude. There was a big scandal years ago. There was a guy there was a famous streamer and he accidentally showed his web history and it showed him having Googled AI simulations of other streamers in pornography, if that makes sense. So he basically looked up his friends in porn, like digitized in porn.
And then put their face in porn videos and shit so he could jerk off.
He didn't put the face in there, but he looked up videos where the face was put in there. So like this is already going
Whoa.
on. And yeah, and it's kind of fucked
Wow,
up.
man, that's crazy because
It
you can just make your own
exactly. You can take a
thing
picture
and
of a
just.
lady at the supermarket that you like, and then say, hey, Jeeves, fucking, can you make something out of this?
Well, we were talking about Salma.
Exactly.
Oh, can I like call up Japan and be like, can I have a Salma Hayek robot?
I mean, they have that, I'm sure. I'm too ashamed to make that call. I'm at least going to use like a voice modulator to sound like Darth Vader. Yeah, show
I'm
me like a
not,
prediction
man. They
order.
can know it's me. It's fine. They're like, look, don't worry about it, man. We already got like so many calls for that one. It's fine.
So there was a viral video last week that I kind of want us to see. Can
All
we get
right.
into it? I already have it ready to go, so we don't have to wait forever. But basically, there's a video that went viral of a guy and his morning self-care routine. So here we.
Ooh.
Oh, wait.
Is that
Maybe I
the
should.
guy?
That is the
Jeez.
guy. That is the guy. 4 in the morning. He's up.
So we're going to be serious about the Lord's business.
That's it.
Banana peel on
So
his
looking at it,
face.
bro, we got to go ahead and get in at least 10,000. Thank you.
So there you go. An
I
absolutely.
wanted that. I'll take.
That was. I mean, the video took a minute 30, but this was his whole morning until 9:30. This is his first 5 hours of
Well,
the day. He jumps out of bed.
that's it.
Yeah. Well, okay. Listen. The point is, look at how how posh like the standard of living, the self-care, like the opulence of the building he's living in, the elevator, like there's such wealth and like this is like think about what it's portraying. You know, there's not an exact complaint I have, but like the whole world kind of responded to like how ridiculous this was. I mean, people started pouring their face in bowls of water like he was doing, and like it was a joke. So, um, no thoughts on
I
that?
mean,
No?
I don't know, man. Like he's got a pretty extensive routine. Mine's
A little bit
not
different.
not that extent. Literally, like I don't know. I don't.
Dude, it's exhausting to even think about
Don't
this
need all
morning
that
routine.
stuff. But here's the thing. Like, okay,
Yeah,
if
go
I
ahead.
had like all the money in the world, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Would my morning routine change? Maybe a little, but
Depends how you
not
got the
all.
money. Was diligence how you got the money? Like if you changed the routine and then you started acquiring this money, which I think is possible. Like if you and I both started like waking up like this, I think our lives would change after a year. As a side point.
Well, I mean, like I don't know. I'd probably go swimming every once. So I don't swim now.
Yeah, swimming was a little
You
insane.
know, so if I was rich or whatever, I'd go swimming a little. Like, okay, here's what okay. If I had all the money, what would I change if I had the money starting like now? Okay, so I'd
I would
still
just be
wake up, man. I'd still wake up. I'd still go hop in the shower. I don't eat because I don't eat until like 5 or 6 at night, so I don't eat anything during the day. I'll just
fair.
drink some coffee or something, but I don't eat anything.
Sure.
Uh,
Listen, okay, my point
you
is
know what I mean? Like I don't. There's nothing like the way that I live my life is the way that I would live. You know what would be different was I would take more supplement. Like if I had more money, I would take more supplements, and there'd be like a workout thing in there, probably.
yeah.
But and I mean, I could probably work out a little more now. That doesn't take money necessarily, but you know what I mean. Like I don't like nothing that he's doing there for me is any like the building. I could give a shit. Like I don't. I don't know. I'm a different dude. Like
It's
for
all
me,
just a flex. Okay, I'm just like that's what it's about, and it's kind of like it's a very feminine type flex. Like all of this opulence, and girls kind of reacted to it, like saying, kind of with some jealousy, saying like, "Hey, listen, like flexing was our thing." But before I want to show, I do want to show a reaction, but I also want to show like a comedic parody of it. So let's watch this one.
Thank you. Thank you. You made your first 10,000. Congratulations, but we gotta do at least 20, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So everyone's making fun of this guy a little bit. But I'll be honest with you. A couple years ago, I was doing a routine sort of like this. Like I was getting up early, I was working out, I had my morning smoothie with like tons of like collagen in it and protein and stuff, and it was fine. Like I really
it
grind.
shows, bro. It shows.
It shows. Yeah, I definitely put some weight on, but like it got it. Oh, you were being sarcastic. Fuck you. So
No,
um,
it wasn't, man. The collagen, totally.
oh, thank you, buddy. I need to start getting back on that. But my point is, it gets tiring after a while, especially if there's no like reward at the end of the
Yeah,
tunnel.
there's no
Like
impetus. You're just like, dude, why am I doing all this shit?
you're gonna get bored of it. Like he obviously has like a little bit more fulfilling of a life, I think, than I do. So good for him. But
Like,
for
you
most
know
people,
what that guy, you know what that guy would never do,
what's that?
which is something that I may do, is he would never just dump an entire box of like cinnamon toast crunch into a like a giant ass bowl with like a spatula for the spoon and like
Yeah.
half a gallon of milk, and
Yep.
then you just watch it on YouTube until 2 or 3 p.m. Then you take a shower and then you get something for dinner. But that you see, he
He's better
doesn't
than
get to
that.
have the enjoyment that would bring, that you get to eat an entire box of cereal like that, or even Apple Jacks. I mean, fuck, man, like, you know.
Dude, there isn't a box of cereal in that apartment. All right, I'm sure if he tried to bring that through the lobby, they would fucking evict him.
He hasn't eaten
So,
cereal in like 15 years. He's like, dude, no,
I
I
mean,
don't
hey,
eat
listen,
grades.
that shit is poison, man. So, hey,
There's
good for
no
him.
booze in any of that morning either. What
No,
this guy's weird, all right? Really? You're not at least quaffing down like a nice Hefeweizen or something at least by 12 noon. It's got orange in it.
yeah, you need some hair of the dog. So, yeah, there is this video I saw by a writer I know, who responded to this video, and I wanted to share this here.
A lot of
Okay.
men have been getting into skincare lately, and I just want to say that I'm against it. I'll go as far as to say that I don't think men should be hot, because that's our thing. And like, we didn't even want it to be our thing. We would have taken money or power, but you guys made it our thing. And we figured it out and came up with all of the potions. And now you just want to swoop in and steal our serums? No. You want to get your bag? Start under your eyes. You want to run the world? Fine. Your insides got to match your outsides. You're gross. Like, I'm all for self-care, but like, men, go to therapy, meditate. We'll even let you in our yoga classes. But get out of our Sephora line and go outside and get sunburn where you belong.
So there you go. That was some random lady's take there. Any thoughts on that? Any immediate thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, I get it. Like, yeah, totally. Yeah.
I can
sure.
see why she's upset.
Go out there and get all, yeah, we're here. I mean, on a few different levels too, because it's like, you women go in there for the makeup or whatever, but men get better the more they're in the sun. The more beat up they look, and crow's feet and all that bullshit, you know, women are like, oh, fucking.
Yeah, girls kind of like the leathery old guy. The whole like, what was that? Who makes the pizza? Who's the golfer who has the pizza? Fuck.
The golfer that has the pizza?
Golfer. He's like a famous actor. He has a brand of pizza. It all goes to charity. Pizza. Golfer pizza. Oh my God, that Google's not gonna do anything. But something Paul Allen. This is gonna drive me nuts.
You mean Paul Newman, the actor?
Paul Newman. Yeah,
No, he's got Newman's Own. He makes a ton of stuff.
Yeah, but a lot of it goes to charity.
Spaghetti sauce, pizza, like all that stuff.
Yeah.
Paul
My point
Allen, I think, was one of the owners of Apple or something.
Paul Allen, I just made up. Paul Newman was what I was thinking about.
No, Paul Newman's a freaking legendary, amazing actor guy. Yeah, for sure.
No, I'm just saying, and he's got a leathery ass, wrinkly face, and I'm sure the ladies love it. But a guy can run with that, is my point. But a guy doesn't even need to. I think, you know, in times past, a guy wouldn't even consider like pouring seltzer into a bowl and dunking his face in the bowl every morning, or wiping banana peels on his face. They would just grow old and accept it. But like, now we're fighting back. Like, we got the secret tips from you, and we got, like, you figured out all the makeup tricks and all the skincare, and of course we're gonna use it. Of course we're gonna use it. We have it there. We can afford it. I don't see why they have a monopoly on these things. So
yeah, but do you think that banana peel shit is real? Like,
I don't know. I'm too scared to Google it.
Because I'm like, I mean, I'll, you know, like if it's legit, I might get into bananas again. You never know.
I think I don't see why he would be making it up. I don't think he was paid off by Big Banana to convince us to do this. Okay, I think, yeah, this is worth a Google. I would say,
if you rub banana peels on your face, does it help?
It's a top result.
According to the experts, no research suggests that rubbing a banana peel on your face will improve the appearance of your skin.
There's no evidence. I'm seeing that too. While banana peels do contain some beneficial compounds like antioxidants and can offer a mild hydration, there are also risks associated with this practice.
Yeah, it's all yeah, all of it is like no, 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 no. Yeah, so all right. So we
Oh
figured out
my
the banana
God.
peel bullshit. Homeboy can eliminate that and get a couple of extra minutes of dunking his face in mineral water.
Oh my God. That's so funny. That part of that wasn't
Probably
even.
feels nice. It's probably effervescent, but I don't know that your skin cares.
Maybe it's
I
just for
mean,
smell.
you know what? Well, but here's the thing, though. If it's mineral water versus like tap water, then that would be a difference because tap water's got like chlorine, all this other horseshit in it, right? Fluoride, whatever.
Sure.
Whereas if you're putting like Pellegrino in there, your face is like, yeah, fucker. So that one's legit. I'd say that. But you know what? Here's what you do. You do what the Romans did. So the Romans actually bathed in olive oil. So what they would do is they would go out and they would do intense workouts, running, sports, shit like this, get super sweaty.
Mhm.
And then they would rub olive oil all over into them.
Mhm.
And then they had this like curved, I don't know what it's called, but it was this curved kind of metal scraper thing. And they would literally just scrape all the oil off of them and then like wipe off. That was their bath. Was olive oil.
I can see that. I can see that working. Oil breaks down
And
oil.
I mean,
so
olive oil, like, yeah, for your skin, like one of the best things you can consume. They always, like, you look at like Italian people, whatever, and you wonder why their teeth and their skin and why they live to be a certain age. Well, there's like wine is, there's something in wine that's like a disinfectant that protects their teeth. So that's why, like, Italian people, that like their teeth don't really fall out, their gums don't really recede or anything. Like their faces always looks great and everything. Why olive oil? Like these certain traditional things. So,
okay, well,
like shit, man, I'm gonna eat that. Why not?
back to this video I just played. Like this
Yes.
commentary from my friend here. I kind of found it silly that she was saying that that looks were the ladies' job, and like the men had power and we were in charge of the money. And it's like, man, listen, y'all have plenty of people in the mountain with power. Your beauty is power. Men have fought over you for many eons. All right, this is power. Why are you hanging your head? You're not nodding in agreement. What's going on here? All right, never mind.
Because you know what? I mean, I do agree with that, but I also feel like women like her, they're part of a group of women that have not realized the power that they actually wield.
Right.
And that women can get whatever they want from a man. They just got to be smart about it. They got to fucking just wave the pussy in your face a little bit. They don't even have to give it to the guy. Like I like so many guys I've known that have done shit for women. And I'm like, so like, what happened, Jill? I get to no, like not even a hand job. No, like whoa. So like men are easily, you make a guy's dick hard. Like literally, I know, like, dude, I know girls that spend like 2 hours in the morning texting and getting like 3 or 4 guys off just with text. 2 hours. Dude, their cell phones paid for, their rent's paid for, their groceries are paid for. I mean, this was before OnlyFans. OnlyFans now, dude, forget it. Like regular chicks just go on there like, hey, I'm a housewife out over here in Indiana. And it's like, I like housewives. Boom. So like literally, like I know a girl right now that like I have a ton of pictures. Like when her and I were seeing each other, we did a ton of pictures. She's like, hey, will you send those to me? I'm going to start putting them on OnlyFans and like whatever. I'm like, why not? You know, it's like a whole different thing out there. Come on, I know you get a page on it, don't you?
I do. I'm looking for it. I'm digging up that rant.
Harry Ballsack genre is skyrocketing right now, so that's perfect for you.
Maybe we should start an OnlyFans. Maybe that's what we're missing.
No, man.
Idey,
we'll do ours on Patreon, and then on OnlyFans is where I'll get crazy.
There you go, for the real show, for the After Dark show.
I'll do like presidential shavings into my ball sack. I'll be like, look, it's President McKinley. It's gonna be big money.
Listen, I kind of like that makeup companies are now marketing to men. Like, yeah, we are a demographic now. We have been whipped up into like being made to care about our appearance. They will make tons of money selling pills to us to grow our hair back, makeup products to us, whatever. So
Dude, no
come
doubt.
and get L'Oreal, come and get my business. I look forward to
Well,
seeing you at the mall.
it's not like it's something new. Like men have been
It's
dolling
true.
themselves up since fucking punk rock and roll in the fucking 70s and shit. You know
But
what I
I
mean?
think
So
it's cranked up to like 20 now. Because now guys are very competitive. Every guy's like, "Oh my god, I like, what if this cream will help me get laid? Maybe that cream."
well,
Like they're
no,
all
that's
looking.
legit. Because especially as you get older, you start to get some wrinkles as a guy and stuff, and you're like, "Hey, this is cramping my fucking style." But then you see all these commercials where they talk about like hyaluronic acid and all this stuff that is supposedly is going to make like women's wrinkles go away, and you're going, maybe if I put a little of that shit on, it'll make some of my stuff. Because it's not. There's plenty of men out there that don't want to look old. It's not like you and I, where the older we get, we're just like, dude, we just get better looking, shit, fucker. Like, I don't know, like no wrinkles. Like, I come from a family of people that don't get wrinkles, so
Sure.
I'm like, fuck it. Whenever they show up, that's fine. But
Yeah. No, I'm more
whatever.
of an
So
own it.
no, the men are legit, and especially with like dental care and teeth and like their gums and stuff
Hmm.
like that. Like men that give a shit. You have many men that, you know what, they get to a certain point where they have to make a decision. Are they going to stay in the game? It's like get
Hmm.
busy living or get busy dying. And then so you have a decision to make. You're not at that point yet. I'm not at that point yet, but I'm getting there to where it's
Mm.
like, all right, you know what? Like, are we going to fucking rock it till the end? Or are we going to just do the decline? Fuck it. Like, because you start to weigh your options as far as like, okay, how many years do I have? Like, I see certain people, and you just go, all right, like 70s is probably for guys that aren't on top of it. They'll be going downhill in their mid 50s easily to 60s. Guys that are on top of it, they won't start to decline until they're like 70. Like Joe Rogan, no matter what he does, that homeboy, by the time he's like in his mid 70s to 80, like you just get old. Like no matter what you do, you just get to the point. Like unless you're super on top of it to maybe make it to your mid 80s, you're hoping some other shit doesn't happen. Whatever the fuck, you know what I mean?
For sure.
So
Uh,
look at this
so
little
uh,
kid.
yeah. So this week a big movie came out, the Minecraft movie. Minecraft is a popular video game that came out like 10
Okay.
years ago. And the Minecraft movie came out. It is the second highest video game adaptation in terms of box office sales, so it's a huge hit.
Yeah, I
Jack
heard it was
Black's
gonna
in
be
it.
big. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big thing. I haven't seen it. I'm not going to, but here are some clips of the some of the fan base going to the theaters this week.
Well, it's cool that like a little kid even knows what that is. Minecraft's been around since I was a kid. That's great, man. People getting excited about a fucking movie.
It is true. It is nice to see some
It's been a
jovial
while since something's come out where people got excited like that. Maybe Sonic, I don't know, but
little
it's been a
bit
while. Yeah.
for sure, but it does get kind of crazy.
I mean, they're enjoying it, so it seems like it's
I mean,
mindful.
okay, are they enjoying it, or are they just like have they gotten such bad brain rot
No,
from their phone?
well, no, because look, like, okay, the people that are going to be that excited to go see this thing, these are Minecraft. They have to be Minecraft enthusiasts that have been around since fucking day one. So if it was shitty, they'd be the first ones that'd be sitting there like, dude, what the fuck is this? So the fact that they're excited, I mean, they're going to settle down once those guys with the flashlights sit down or whatever. But let's see what happens.
Well, okay, fine. All right, so the big moment in the movie is something
All right.
called Chicken Jockey. Okay? It was a viral
Okay.
moment from the trailer where, the chicken jockey, a zombie riding a chicken appears, and the moment happens in the movie, and the kids lose their goddamn mind. They're throwing popcorn in the air. They're losing it. All because a cartoon zombie riding a chicken showed up on the screen. Dude, we need fascism to control the society. These people are going to be voting? Are you nuts? We're done. We're done. Is my point. Who you texting now? Your sneaky link? Why are you texting your girlfriend?
No, I'm looking at Minecraft on Box Office Mojo to see like when it came out because I looked at the box office. It's 300 domestic, pretty close to 300 domestic, 300 million, and pretty close to 300 million international.
Is that
So
good or
then I was
bad?
looking at the daily box offices for it since it came out, which was, let's see, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. And like, God dang, man. Even midweek, it's doing 5 million, if not more. Midweek, like on a Monday. That's nuts, man. This thing's going to go big. That's cool, man. I'm glad.
Yeah, it is nice to see them.
Yeah,
it's nice to see them rallying around something that isn't pornographic or completely lewd. So I'll give them that.
But I mean, these days, like, it just, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, to be honest, I don't know what I would go. There's a lot of movies that are still going into theaters. I haven't been to the theater in forever. I think the last time that I went to the movies was to see the reissue of Ghostbusters on the big screen. But like these days, like I don't even consider. I don't know what I would go to the theater to see. Like as a brand new movie, I don't know what I would go. Like I don't know what star I would go see. You know who I would go see? The next Kevin Costner thing, if Horizon gets to come back to the big screen for number 2, whatever, I'd go see that. But like, there's nobody out there that compels me. Like if a Tom Hanks movie came out, I don't like. I think the only reason I would go to the movies is if it was something that was like a sci-fi movie where I wanted a big screen situation for it. Like I felt like you got to have a big screen for this. So that sounds mostly like reissues, but like a lot of the movies like new in theaters and stuff. And I think we've really turned a corner. That there's no point. I go like, why am I gonna? Plus, like I've got a big ass TV.
Same. I can wait 3 years.
I can pause it. I can go take a whiz. I can get a 12-pack of beer for what it'll cost me for like 1 can of beer at the theater. So I mean, I'll still go to see like old school movies, and I do like the theater thing. And if it's a big screen epic. But I just don't know. Like the only thing I can imagine, and I don't even know if I would go to this because I'm kind of out of that, but like Avatar.
Sure.
Like I think Avatar would be a movie. If they were still the last series that I followed was Harry Potter. I saw every Harry Potter in the theater because I love those movies and that was great. And that was a long fucking time ago. But like, unless they were going to do another, maybe, I mean, the Alien movies have got like, I don't give a shit about seeing superhero movies really anymore. I just don't like, so.
I think the movie industry is so dead. It's crazy. I mean, I think AI is going to fill the void.
Dude, you're going to have like one movie theater in a town.
If even. I think small towns may not even have one at some point. It'll be like a
and
bowling alley.
Yeah, maybe it'll be IMAX or something, and they'll bring back like some of the old school shit. Like I was gonna go see the one I wanted to see. I didn't go see it. I missed it. Was they brought Interstellar back?
Okay.
In theaters, and I was like, okay, I'd go see that in theaters again. That was a great, epic, freaking movie. You know, or even going to see like the old school Batman movies with Christian Bale, those big, you know, like stuff like that. But I just go, man, like
$20 just to get in the door. And then you got
yeah,
theaters now
you know,
offering
and you gotta
food.
if you don't want to pay that, you go on like a Tuesday before 3. You know, so you can listen to all the old folks snore because they fell asleep during it.
Dude, I'm telling you, there's a really nice theater, new theater by me, Alamo Draft House. They've been
Yeah,
struggling. They've been struggling. No one's in the. I go there and like I have the whole theater to myself every time.
that's an experience because they're like I remember going to a few of those and it was cool. Like in New Orleans, they had one of those types of places, and you could get like a fancy pizza,
Hmm.
some cool beer, go watch a movie. But like the price point was way too. I don't know. I just go like I get it. It's like a restaurant and a movie theater,
Yep.
but
Yeah, I'm way too Asian to drop coin like that.
yeah,
All right, so I think we got time for one last story here. We've been going for about 9 minutes.
yeah.
So saw this. This was interesting. There was a pro natalist conference that took place in I believe Austin a couple of weeks ago. And yeah, I mean, and a bunch of intellectuals gathered to discuss falling birth rates, what they're gonna do about it. And I thought it was absolutely fascinating. In late March, this took place, and they featured a couple of personalities that I follow online. Sort of like these two dorks here in the middle and the right. And this is exactly who you're gonna be finding talking about pronatalism. It's way too cerebral of a discussion for these folks. It's like, how are we going to save society? Well, some of the people are going to have sex. Oh, by God. It's like, that's not how you get people to fuck. I'm pretty sure. So I would basically title this segment, A Bunch of Dorks Commiserate About Nothing in Austin at this conference.
Yeah, well, that's what you do here.
I guess so. It really is like it got gentrified as fuck by people like
You know,
this.
I mean, okay, so
Yeah, let's just talk about
my
Austin
take,
real estate. Yeah, go for it.
my take on this is, I like look. I don't know that we need to worry about birth rates.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Secondly, because like, okay, do you know Malthus? Have you read
Yes,
anything
I know.
about
I know
Malthus?
Thomas Malthus. Basically,
Okay,
he's the one that talked about how there's a finite number of resources, finite amount of water,
right,
food,
but
right?
that like certain things get to a certain point, they reset. I go, okay,
Do you believe
making
in eating babies?
making children. Ew, no. Okay, making okay. I look at it and I go, the people that seem to want to have children are the people that feel compelled to have them. And those are like more conservative leaning type of people.
Right.
I don't see and Democrats on top of that have like a very different view like of things when it comes to like for Democrats, they're not kids, they're not children. It's just a continuance of those two people, is what has been explained to us. So that's why, like, none of our ideas of like children or kids or what you should or shouldn't do. That's why none of it fits for them because they don't see it like we do. These are not young people or children or anything. It's just the next version of it's just the combination of these two people in the next version. So I just don't see where like these people are worried about it. Well, you aren't the ones that are out there creating kids. And it's not, and the thing is, like, they don't respect the thing that creates the kids. There's no respect for the family. There's no respect for men. There's no respect for fucking women because women don't goddamn exist. So I'm sitting here going, really? You're the people to worry about this when you're not the people that fucking do it. There
I
is
get what
no
you're saying.
kids in your world. There is no fucking husband or mother. It's a birthing unit. So while you're too busy trying to define all this horse shit, you're not fucking. and just doing the thing that normal people do. Why? Because you think you're so above it all with all your bullshit. So you do have a populace of people that are creating kids. It doesn't keep up because it's not, maybe it's not big enough. Also, economics plays into it. When you can't afford things, you're looking at a kid going, what are you, nuts? And people, like, I think people have gotten to a point also in society where it's like people want to have a certain amount of like standing or luxury, like whatever it is you want to call it. So you look at the kid and you go, all right, you know what? How much is that going to suck away from the things that pleasure me in this life? Am I going to have to buy less albums? Am I going to have to drink less beer? Does it mean I'm not going to be able to go see fucking Rancid next year when they come on tour? Like, what about my wife? What about the car she wants? What about the makeup she wants to buy? What about all the bullshit that she just goes and fucking buys because it's on sale? So she buys 75 of them because they were only $2.50. Yeah, we don't need 75 of them, bitch. Like we can't put a car in the garage.
Yeah, how much you want to bet? How much you want to bet the guy with the morning routine that we saw doesn't have kids? How much you want to bet? I bet you
right. So I just go, you know, and then on top of that, like women and like the whole like men are not essential and what men bring are too masculine and all this. So like they'd rather go get stranger sperm than deal with like a relationship with two people. And so I go, you know what? Like even when you do create a being, you're creating a being that's contrary to like all of the things that have existed since the dawn of time that have got us to this point. Since you're so contrary to the normal evolution of things, like even the being you created doesn't fucking help. So like, I just go, Jesus Christ, like what? I'm not worried about it. I'm going to be dead. But
yeah, someone's going to worry about it, but it's not going to be.
Do we need to support more religion so we can get more people fucking? Like I look at like white families that are like religious, and I see they have 3 kids, and I just want to go, can you just have one more? You know, you seem to have money and shit, like educate them, like it just, you know, yes, that's what we need. Asians, like the fact that Japan people need to fuck. We need more Japanese people. Japanese people are awesome. So I don't understand what's going on over there. Why Japanese young people, but I do because Japan does not have like their pace of pay has not increased. Like you don't make shit living in Japan. You work your ass off for way too fucking long. Japan always has all these weird rules. So there you have like all these economic reasons. And I'm sitting there going, dude, I would slay Japanese pussy all day. I'll go over there and fuck. I'll solve your population problem, man. Send me over. But they're not going to be all They're going to be half Japanese. You know what I mean? So
yeah, they're not so receptive.
We're working on it with the government. I'll let you know.
Kind of deal. It's part of the tariffs. If they let you impregnate 900 women, they'll lower it to 45%. Okay. Cool.
Please. Yes.
Yeah, dude, I'll take that deal all day, every day. Please. All right. Cool. I just want to, there was a funny quote from this article. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up really quick and look at the word.
I mean, that chick right there, she's, you know.
Listen, it's they're all lovely people. One of the conference organizers said we were going to have more women here, but they all got pregnant. Really enjoyed that quote there. So I'm glad.
They did?
Some of the organizers were getting pregnant, so you know some of them are doing their job. So I'm, you know, isn't that cool?
All right, man. There you go.
Nice to see?
Right, spread those legs.
I guess so. All right. Well, way to kill the vibe. Jesus, we were so good.
What do you mean? That just took the vibe to a level. I know the women that are going to watch this are going to be so turned on.
So many pregnancies caused just now.
Yeah, by you, homeboy. Your mom's going to be like, whoa, I want to be a grandma, but look at all this.
Easy, boy. Slow down. All right. Cool. Well, this has been a very fun live stream. Thank you so much, Idey, for joining me. This has been the R2Deepu show. Thank you so much for joining. Please like us up to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one. Alrighty, we're out.
get better.